Yeah, cool. I'm Daniel Burke. I work at Beehiiv. I'm the business development lead. And today I'm going to show Ben around the platform with a number of different products that we've just released, including boosts. So we released Boost just last week, actually earlier this week. We already have dozens of different newsletters using what we call kind of a two-way marketplace directly on Beehiiv.
Awesome.
So Ben, is there anything that you kind of wanted me to start doing here? Any direction you want me to take? You want me to just jump in?
I'll take the back seat because you know this way better than I do. And so let's just position it where I'm debating between options. Why should I use Beehiiv? You walk me through it.
Beautiful. All right. Why should you use Beehiiv? So you log into Beehiiv. We surface some of the main components of what a newsletter really typically likes to look at. You have your active subscribers, your open rate, your click-through rate. A number of ESPs bury some of this information. And so we even see a lot of our power users say, yeah, I open the Beehiiv app, 40 times a day, just like I do Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. They're constantly checking their stats. We want to make that as easy as possible. So we surface that here. We have a growth chart over time, as well as signups in this past week, and a subscriber breakdown if you have a premium newsletter as well. Here in the left pane, we have all the different products that Beehiiv offers. I'll walk through a couple of these here on the video, but I think one thing I wanted to mention right off the bat is a brand new product called Boosts. Now, Boosts is, like I said, it's a two-way marketplace. Imagine, a Facebook ads manager or a Google ads manager, this marketplace where you as the publication or the newsletter creator, advertiser want to upload some money into your wallet. So we'll show what that looks like. Grow with Boosts. You can actually input money onto Beehiiv, set a CPA, so cost per acquisition, cost per subscriber, let's say of $1. And what all of the different publishers and publications in the Beehiiv ecosystem will see is your publication's CPA available to them to apply as a publication to recommend their subscribers to you also. So what does that look like in practice? So there's a number of different publications here with offers, right? We have $280 per subscriber, $140 per subscriber. This is an active one that I'm actually doing, Superhuman, on my own publication, $160, $2, all these different offers. If I clicked to apply, I'll show you what that actually looks like because this one is active. What shows up in my actual tab is a number of different publications that I've been accepted as a referrer to make money per subscriber that I send their way. So every single subscriber I send to this Superhuman publication, I'll actually make $1.60. After that subscriber has been deemed engaged by our algorithm, it'll show, okay, Daniel sent one subscriber to Superhuman, pay him $160. Sent two subscribers, pay him $320, and so on and so forth.
That's awesome.
So how does this work? I'll show you in the back end. danielburke.beehiiv.com, recommendations. So whenever someone subscribes to a Beehiiv newsletter, they'll be prompted with this screen in the, right afterwards is you have these sponsored recommendations where if someone says, oh, I like Daniel's newsletter, I'm also going to toggle on Superhuman. So like I showed you just a moment ago, if someone does that, they're going to count as one subscriber. I'm going to receive $1.60. There's free recommendations and there's, these kind of partnerships that engage, hey, I'll give you a recommendation if you give me one. There's no payment behind it. Those are kind of just a good thing to do if you're a big fan of a publication. But then these sponsored ones at the top are actually using money in the wallet uploaded. And so just in the last 2 days, we launched it. We have, like I said, tens of thousands of dollars that people are putting on the platform to really monetize and grow their publications rapidly.
That's amazing, man. There's the applications for that. That just makes so much sense. And I had seen those before, but never really thought about like the application of it from both sides. And that's unreal.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's really exciting. And so I highly recommend doing this, if not from both ways on the actually paying for subscriber side as a growth tactic, then at least as a monetization tool, because there's no reason not to. If you are growing as a publication, every single subscriber that subscribes to you is an opportunity for you also to make money referring them to another publication that may have some CPA offer. And so I recommend everyone just immediately do this as a monetization tool, if not both.
And so is that limited to certain plans, or
Okay.
any plans, or they have access to that?
It's the scale plan only, and so that's $99 a month.
Okay.
If you pay annually, you get 2 free months. So I think it comes out to about $84 a month when paid annually. But that's for up to 100,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And so, 10 to 20 times cheaper than many alternatives at scale when you have 100,000 subscribers.
100%. And that's also, that can be split across multiple lists with that plan, can't it?
It can. Yeah, you can have 3 publications on that plan. And so you can have 3 completely separate domain names, sending emails, brands, identities, people, all with their own teams, all with unlimited sending. And it's all tied to the same $99 a month plan.
Amazing. Awesome.
Yep. Now, I know you probably, and many people watching are probably familiar with Notion. And so I kind of wanted to walk through our editor, which we just upgraded a few weeks ago, actually a couple months ago now. And it really takes on the form of what people using Notion are already familiar with. You do your /, it brings up a number of different products and features. If I wanted to type a little snippet, let's call it, header, image, story, referral program, line, done. I can do that in just a matter of 10 seconds. So I'll do that right now. Header, this is the title. I'm spelling it wrong, don't care. I'll do an image. Let me find something from the library. Boom. I'll do a story. This is a story. Let me just copy and paste this just for the sake of it. This is a story. Let's get an embed link in here real quick. So let's find something on our website. I'm going to copy the URL here. Shout out Milk Road. Boom. Paste that in here. There's 4 ways to show that. And all the metadata is customizable.
Wow.
So I can do everything in here all the way down to the image. Customizable. Boom. I love The Office. All right, let's do one more thing. Referral program built into our system. And then let's end the snippet with a horizontal rule. Now, all of this happening right before your eyes is being pulled into what ultimately is going to be the email template that you've created that can be sent to both your newsletter subscriber list as well as your blog if you choose to host your blog with Beehiiv as well. It's always responsive on the web side and email side for both desktop and mobile, and SEO optimized on both sides for the blog as well.
Damn. That was fast too.
Yeah, and what we really do for creators is we want to open the opportunity to create as seamlessly as possible. We don't want people to have to, learn a new system, take weeks onboarding their editors and their writers. That it's expensive when you think of a tool. I've used MailChimp in the past, and it's been around since early 2000s. There's a lot that MailChimp can do, but I've personally had to go through the hoops and hurdles of onboarding team members to MailChimp in past roles. And if you aren't already familiar with the tool, it can take weeks to really become an expert, if not months, depending on the workflows. Beehiiv, our hope is that a new creator or a new team member can onboard same day, become an expert in the tool, going from creation to publish. And really, we kind of minimize those speed bumps to actually ship out content.
That's unreal, man. That's one of the biggest reasons why we went with you guys in the first place, was because with multiple people having to have hands on this, that was exactly the pain point I was trying to avoid, was having to teach people every single time. And especially if there's turnover, right? Like if you get a new editor or expand the team, I just didn't want that headache. And so this makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, we love it. And really this just scratches the surface. I mean, there's so much going on here. The referral program I just really briefly plopped in there. Totally dynamic. When you look at early days Morning Brew went from 0 to 3.5 million subscribers, and about 1 million of those subscribers used a referral program very privy to what Beehiiv now created as kind of a cornerstone product. Side note, 4 people at Beehiiv, 3 of which are the co-founders, are ex-Morning Brew employees. So Tyler Dink is the second employee that was at Morning Brew. He's our CEO at Beehiiv. The first employee from Morning Brew is a software engineer. The 2 co-founders of Morning Brew, the 2 co-founders of Beehiiv were early employees at Morning Brew. And so some of these products, like the referral program built into Beehiiv, are ones that they had already had experience building when they were at Morning Brew. So totally dynamic. Every single subscriber in the list will see their own number here, their own number here. If they've already reached this first milestone and there's another reward they'll receive after, they'll actually see the name change, the image change. Every time they click the link, you as a publication will see how many times that single subscriber has referred people. And I'll show you what that looks like from the subscriber side. Is they'll have a little referral hub available to them, just like this. They'll see how many people they've referred. They see how many subscribers they have left until they get some reward or milestone. This example, there's only one reward to be received, but you can have 5, you can have 10, all, either tangible items like a hat or a mug, or intangible, access to a private community, access to a private doc, a shout out in the newsletter, $1 to charity. I mean, there's so many different creative ways you can go with this. With you obviously being a YouTube creator, you could do, 5 referrals to my newsletter as a shout out in my YouTube video. I mean, there's just so much opportunity here.
100%.
And again, here they see their unique referral code so they can copy and paste it, really gamify the system where they're like, oh, I have 5 more until this, referral incentive. I need to refer people so I can get whatever that piece of incentive is.
That's so funny because originally how I found Morning Brew a few years ago was because I had a friend who was just so involved in their referral program. And so he got me on, and then I started thinking from a business perspective. I'm like, how are they getting people so motivated to do this? And so when I saw that you had this as a built-in feature, I was like, that is an absolute must, because growing a newsletter can be difficult, but this definitely makes it a lot easier because your core people are basically pushing it for you.
Yeah, and we get that, right? We are always releasing products so that growing can be easier, can really be controlled by the creator. We are a team of people who have built behemoth newsletters, and I think that's what sets us apart. Is we're not, just techies guessing about what might help a newsletter grow. Is we've actually done and created newsletters like Morning Brew, and now as enabled people like Milk Road, like Superhuman, like The Neuron, like a lot of these newsletters and love now, who've gone from 0 to hundreds of thousands of subscribers, some of which have been acquired for 7-8 figures just from using our platform. And so we're really hoping and trying to accomplish what, in my opinion, has never been done before on a creative platform.
So the question that comes to my mind is, so I think if someone's new to a newsletter, this is an obvious solution. Like 100% you'd go for it. If you already have an existing list somewhere else, why should they consider switching over to you guys?
Yeah, there's a number of reasons. I think we are, of course, the only platform that has a built-in and integrated referral program. So I went over that a moment ago. You just go here, you configure your incentives, your rewards, you're done. But I think a number of reasons why Beehiiv is great. We have lists of, hundreds of thousands, 1 million plus moving to Beehiiv that exist elsewhere already. One, we understand newsletters, and so we're constantly giving our ears to the ecosystem to create and develop and ship new products quickly. We are, I think, developing products faster and kind of in tune with creator economy than many of the different options out there. I think the number 2 reason is our analytics are easy to understand. If you look at a report, you can really drill down to acquisition source. You have your engagement funnel, your clicks, your opens by country. And I think my personal favorite is your subscriber performance by acquisition source. This, I believe, is where the bread and butter of paid growth really comes into play. You being someone who understands ads and works with different platforms, you want to understand if I'm putting an ad on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for my newsletter, and I get 100 different subscribers from those 3 different sources, I want to know that Twitter has an 80% open rate for my new subscribers and Facebook has a 10% open rate. That means I can double down on Twitter. So this is where that comes into play. I can see, my engaged is 51% on this referral system, whereas on this one it's 63%. The open rate is a 27% difference here. I know to double down on one source versus another. That's
so valuable because you can actually quantify the value of the person that came, not just the fact that they came from a source.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're creating at Beehiiv is this first party data where you don't have to stack tech on tech on tech to understand your audience. You sign up for Beehiiv and we give everything to you. We have an ad network that's growing rapidly. where we take the heavy lifting and we offer publications ads. You want to advertise, here's the ad, let it run for 48 hours. We'll pay you based on the performance. We'll show the advertisements. You don't have to do anything. Sit back and relax. We give you the opportunity, write your newsletter, monetize. Talk about monetization. Our subscription, if you want a premium subscription, we take 0% of that premium revenue. So competitors often take 10%, if not more. And, you know, at scale, if you're making 500 grand or $1 million a year from premium revenue,
adds up.
That's a lot of money. I mean, that could be 6 figures just in payment to the platform. For us, we're taking none of that. And so we really are doing everything we can to provide creators tools and then stepping aside and letting creators create, letting creators build content streams, letting creators build media empires without us being in the way.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So is there anything else that you think that we should run through?
You know, I think I'll just mention Boost again. It's such an exciting new launch that I highly recommend anyone who can get their hands on it to really get in early. I think right now the success we're seeing for these people who are really just jumping in and trusting Beehiiv with growth are experiencing unbelievable growth right now. I went over the editor. I think there's just so much to experience. We didn't even touch on automation. I won't get too deep in the weeds here, but you can create workflows based on signups. Upgraded and manual is if you have some segment in your audience, and I'll show you what that means. You can plop a segment into an automation. So, for example, I have, a good segment to do here is like open click is 0% for 45 days. You know, if I want to create a segment based on this is unengaged list, of course, add to automation and maybe re-engage that list. Say, hey, I noticed that you're not really opening my emails anymore. Click this link to stay subscribed. Otherwise, I'm going to actually remove you from my list. Wow. That's just a great way to re-engage, clean your list, and keep a high open rate, because at the end of the day, 10,000 subscribers who have an 80% open rate is better than 100,000 subscribers if you have, 5% open rate. And so constantly the ability to really add segments to automations and iterate and reiterate.
I need to do that to my list right now. So thanks for walking through that.
I suggest everyone do it to the list every 45 to 90 days, give or take, just kind of revisiting some of those extremely unengaged members and going through the loops there.
Amazing.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I think I'll call out this if anyone is going to join. This help tab in the bottom left brings up in my opinion, superior knowledge base. In the last few months, we've launched 200 to 300 new documents that help you walk through. I'll just click that just so you can see everything from getting started to audience segmentation, sending emails, growth tools. We're ads here all the time. Tutorials, that's our YouTube channel where we have 126 videos right now. And we're constantly adding more with walkthroughs, explainer videos, launch videos, testimonial videos. The list goes on. We do have a newsletter course. We brought on Alex Lieberman and Austin Reef and a number of people here. Cody Sanchez, Max Cheyon, Brian Hanley, Austin Ryan, some of the, newsletter behemoths in the space. Tyler Dink, of course, and Alex Lieberman kind of co-hosted this, but that's a huge unlock if you're trying to go from 0 to 100 with your newsletter. But there's just so much. Beehiiv, I think, is really creating something special, and it's an exciting time.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. And we actually bought your course too. So
oh, awesome.
Yeah, so we've actually been through it, so I can speak firsthand to the fact that it's really quality content. What I love the fact is that, much like I guess you've mentioned already with the product itself, but in the course, it's all people who have done it. It's not people saying theoretically do this. Like they practically did it, grew a massive business, and they're saying do this, which I loved.
Yep. Yeah, it's a really great course. I took it live, which was awesome. We kind of recorded it live and then we, bundled it into a real course, and that was cool. And then of course we have our blog. This is just a lot. I mean, like several posts a day, even of, just blog content. Really helpful to stay tuned into the industry and see what's happening. But yeah, I mean, I think best method is start a new account. You can go to the pricing page, You can start a free trial, no credit card required. You get everything right up front for 2 weeks, and you can see firsthand what it's like to be on Beehiiv. No commitment necessary, and honestly, it's just low-hanging fruit. Beehiiv is such a good place to start. And like I mentioned, if you have a list elsewhere, Beehiiv is a great place to come.
100%. Yeah, couldn't agree more. And if you're watching this and you're thinking that for yourself, it's linked in the description box and pinned comment of this video. So go over, give it a try. There's no risk to you. So thank you so much, Daniel, for walking us through it, man. This was awesome. I've been using the product for almost like a few months now, and even I was mind blown from walking through this. So thank you for doing that. And I'm excited to get back in and start using it even better.
Thank you.